Hi guys, my name is Shivani and you're welcome to Happy Holi. Today we are going to continue our chat about newborn hacks. So today I'm going to share a few more hacks with you that can help you potentially with your newborn or even your infant. So let's go. Let's talk about how much activity your baby needs. So my tip over here is that don't overstimulate your baby. Babies are very fragile. Things that you don't consider activity is actually activity for the baby. So you don't need a lot of the colorful jing bang that you get in the shops. You really don't need all that. And activity, even diaper changes are activity for the baby. It is tiring for the baby. That is how fragile they are. So in the entire easy protocol, that is the eat, activity, sleep and you protocol that Tracy Hawk talks about in her book Baby Whisperer that I mentioned in my last video. She actually defines activity very beautifully, and she says that apart from eating, keep your baby up for very little time. They actually can be up for about 30 to 45 minutes, and the moment you begin to see signs that they are sleepy, kind of calm them down and put them to sleep. So what is the best activity for a newborn? Well, you are their favorite activity. What do I mean by that? Look into your baby's eyes, bond with your baby, make funny expressions, talk to the baby even though they will not respond, and it's going to be a one-sided relationship for the longest time, but trust me, they are absorbing everything. So talk to them. It might feel funny in the beginning, but just tell them about your day, just tell them about the objects that you see, and before you know it, it'll become second nature for you. Apart from you and your face, and your partner's voice and face, of course, a good thing to expose them to are black and white things. So a lot of times, you will notice if you're wearing something black and white, or if your baby sees a lot of contrast in terms of black and white, they will tend to stare, because that is all their eyes can process at this point. So those playing cards that you have, they are a good thing to kind of expose your baby to at this time. Maybe get a rattle, but apart from that, you really don't need toys at this time. So kind of hold on tight. You really don't need all that much, and don't spend on toys right now. Books, on the other hand, are a completely different matter. It is never too early to introduce your infant to books. I'm going to be doing a video very soon around what are the best books for very, very, very small children. So stay tuned for that. But books, when in doubt, and if people are kind of wondering what to get for your baby, ask them to get you baby books. My next tip is around doing temperature checks for your baby periodically. What do I mean by that? Sometimes babies cry because they are too hot or too cold, and they are not able to regulate their body temperature for at least the first year and even longer. So you need to kind of be very mindful that if the baby is not becoming hot or very cold, so touch their hands, touch their feet. If you feel like they're getting cold, then they are feeling cold. If their head is sweating, then they are getting very toasty and very warm, so you may want to remove a layer. So a good benchmark to have in this situation is your own body temperature. How are you feeling? If you are wearing a t-shirt, all your baby needs is one more layer. The baby doesn't need more than that. So kind of be very mindful. What we tend to do is we kind of tend to overheat the baby a little bit, but actually babies like to be cool, and babies like to be at an ambient temperature. So when in doubt, just remove their socks and always dress them up in layers, so that you have no problem taking off one layer if you feel the baby is feeling uneasy in their current clothing. Rompers in cotton are always a good idea, especially for the first 3 to 4 months, when anyway the baby cannot walk, they cannot kind of do much, right, apart from just lying down. So these simple cotton rompers which cover your baby from the neck to even their toes, and you don't have to kind of deal with socks then, which I think is very cool. And this just get like maybe 5-6 of these, and they will kind of tide you over. So this is also a very good idea in kind of making sure that they are at an ambient temperature. My next tip for you is massage your baby's legs. Sometimes when babies are crying, what we saw in our case was, the moment I would kind of press the baby's legs, she would instantly calm down. And we really need to look at babies like we look at very, very old people, okay? They can't do certain things themselves, so they need us to do it for them, you know, which is things like passive exercise, and massage is a passive exercise, right? So that is where the importance of massaging your baby comes, and that is why in India especially we are kind of very, very particular about massaging the baby. You know, it takes out the fatigue from the body, it makes the body strong. There are many benefits to it. But even if your baby is crying and you know you have kind of ticked off other things on your checklist, you're not able to understand what's happening, try massaging the baby's legs, try pressing the baby's legs. Chances are you will end up giving some comfort to your baby. My next tip is around, you know, when you put the baby down and a lot of times the baby is not able to sleep and you're wondering why. Well, first thing is, of course, it could be that they are hungry, they want comfort, you know, they need a diaper change. You know, once you check off those things on the list, you know what else could be the reason? Maybe their nose is blocked. And sometimes when your nose is blocked and you lie down, you kind of feel, you know, you are not able to breathe. The same thing is happening with your baby. So try putting the baby on a little bit of an incline. A good way to do it is on, you know, a soft pillow, and, you know, create like a wedge for them like so. And you know, you might see some relief there. Also, it happens that because the baby is getting some sort of acid reflux, you know, their food is kind of coming up, which is why they are not able to lie down completely straight. So good idea to you know, have here is, of course, one is you can do the pillow hack, or you can also get these rye pillows, these mustard seeds pillows. Now they are available on Amazon. Earlier, you know, grandmothers and mothers, you would kind of weave them and they would kind of give them for the baby. The reason is that, you know, this rye and this mustard seeds, it kind of takes the shape of the baby's head. So definitely get one of these. My next tip is around diaper changes. So a lot of times you will have, you know, diaper leaking, you'll have poop explosions, you will have a bunch of awesome stuff like that, right? So one way to prevent that is to kind of go one size up in terms of the diaper. So these diapers always have the weight of the baby written on them, right? You know, weights like the small size will be 3 to 8 kgs and the medium size will be around 5 to 10 kgs. Basically, whenever there's an overlap, try and choose the size up. You know, that will go a very long way in preventing any kind of diaper accidents from happening. So that's one tip I can give you. A lot of times during the night, you know, you find that the baby is not comfortable and they are kind of climbing on you again and again, and they are kind of rolling on their tummy again and again. The reason this could be happening is because their diaper is full. Because a lot of times when they are doing this, all they need is a quick diaper change in the night and they will sleep peacefully and let you sleep peacefully as well. My next tip for you is around basic medication. So again, you of course want to have your pediatrician on call, and a lot of times, you know, babies have very, very typical problems in their first 3 to 6 months, right? They could be colicky, they could have acid reflux, and they could just have pain, you know, unexplained pain. So there are these 3 to 4 medicines that you should always keep on your arsenal and speak to your pediatrician about it. And these medicines can be a go-to, you know, if you're not able to understand anything, like some sort of a pain relief is always a good thing to kind of have on hand to just kind of, you know, solve whatever the baby is not able to express and you're not able to understand. So that is all for today. I hope this video was helpful to you, and all the best, and I will see you next time.